You're a fuck up.
My unmatched perspicacity coupled with sheer indefatigability makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor. If you are struggling with the motivation to be a winner, then stay a fucking loser. Shut the fuck up. What do you want? Therapy? You're broke! You're fucking poor! You're sitting there like a jackass, scrolling around a little bit and going, oh, I hope I'll be rich one day. And there's people like me and my network out here, and this is who you're competing against. A man with hundreds of millions of dollars, and my network of 4,000 people all around the world, with combined assets of billions, are talking for 12 hours a day about how to generate money. This is who you're competing against. It's player versus player. You're gonna get fucking crushed. I've never met anybody who is in fantastic shape, and you say, how'd you get in fantastic shape? And he goes, oops. Don't know, bro. Just, oops. No, absolutely not. I went to the gym every day. I ate this particular way. I had a meal plan. I dieted. Nothing is going to happen on accident. This mindset of one day, one day, well, you're going to win the lottery. The world is hyper competitive. If you're going to be a man who's going to sit and say, I'm just sad, you are always going to lose in competition to men like me. Yeah. And there has to be losers for there to be winners. I'm not going to sit here and be sympathetic for people who say they're too sad to try hard and be their best. I was sad every time I did exactly what I was supposed to do and trained anyway. Perhaps I was afraid when I fought anyway. Perhaps I was tired when I worked anyway. This is how you get ahead in life. I don't have a fucking ounce of sympathy for these people who sit here and say, well, I feel this way, so I can't. Then don't do it. Stay down there. The winners are at the top, and the winners at the top don't give a shit about how they feel. We wake up and we perform regardless of how we feel day after day. Yeah. Why am I going to ignore how I feel and make sure I'm constantly performing regardless, flawlessly, and then sit and go, oh, but he doesn't feel good, so he's allowed to fuck up. No, you are not. You're not allowed to fuck up to your ancestors or to God or to yourself. You have to perform. This is what being a man is about. The baseline of masculinity is doing things you don't feel like doing. He doesn't want to work and he works anyway. He doesn't want to go to war and he fights anyway. He doesn't want to get up, he gets up anyway. That's the whole point of it. We didn't want to die in the Titanic. Guess what happened? We died in the Titanic. You can't sit there as a man and say you don't feel like it. You're not allowed to not feel like it. You're supposed to do it anyway, regardless. If you are struggling with the motivation to be a winner, then stay a fucking loser. No problem. Stay a loser. Because in my circle, there's no losers around me. Your energy is disgusting. I find it revolting. I don't like weakness around me, even near me. Even people coming up saying hello to me. If you're depressed, don't even shake my hand. I do not have time for losers on any regard. Winners only.
I talk about the Matrix. I'm talking about the systems which have been created by society, which are deliberately designed to enslave.
The people who make the rules don't make the rules for the benefit of everybody. They make the rules for the benefit of the people who make the rules.
To make the rich richer, and for the poor to stay poor. And you can sit there and cry about it and say the system needs to change, which is what some people do, socialists, XYZ. But I think that's a waste of time, right? That's futile. The best thing to do is to understand the rules of the game and find a way to win. There's no point sitting there saying, I want to play a different game, because that's never going to happen.
If you won't wake up every day and say, I need to get rich, nobody else is going to wake up and say, I need to make him rich. Nobody else is going to do it for you. So if you don't think it, nobody else is going to think it, which means nobody thinks it. So it's down to you, right? Only you're the only person on the planet who can think it. And I always knew, I never doubted for a second I would be what I am. And I was not arrogant, because arrogance prevents you from working. The arrogance is to people who go, my ship will come in later. Arrogance to the people who watch Love Island and go, I'll be rich later. That's arrogance. Yeah. Most people are very arrogant. I was never arrogant. I understood, okay, I'll just outwork him. Maybe he's smarter than me. Fine, I'll outwork him. No problem, boom, let's get to work.
I believe there's only 3 reasons people are not rich. One of 3 reasons. They're either stupid, arrogant, or lazy. People think, oh, you know, there's a lot of stupid people. There are, but I know a lot of stupid people with a lot of money. There's so much money in the world. To be too stupid to generate money, I think is less than 5% of the population. Then you have arrogant and lazy, and these are the 2 most common. Lazy because people just, oh, you know, but I need time to myself. Oh, you know, but it's the evening. Or, you know, it's hyper competitive. There are people who do not need times to themselves. There's an Indian in Islam, or there's a guy in Islamabad who'll do your job online for $3 an hour and he doesn't sleep. You're gonna lose, right? So if you're gonna be lazy in any regard, you have to understand there are people like me who are billionaires who work 18 hours a day. When I finish this, I get into my car and I open my laptop and I work on my way to my next appointment, and then I'm gonna work all night. When I go to sleep, I close my laptop and I'm asleep a minute later. I work. That's all I do. People go, oh, but I just wanna relax. If you just wanna relax, that's fine. But you're competing against people who just don't wanna relax, and you're gonna lose. 50% of people are brutally arrogant. I sit here as a billionaire and I sit and say, I will teach you how to make money. And people will sit there in their brutal arrogance and as a brokey with no money and go, yeah, but can he really teach me? I have everything you've ever fucking dreamed of. I have all the money. You have nothing. And you're so arrogant that you believe you know more than me, or that you can do it without me, or that I don't know how to teach you. The arrogance of people is truly mind-bending. If you know so much, why are you broke? So, do you want to learn how to play piano from the piano teacher, or do you want to sit there as an arrogant brokey? Most people are brutally arrogant.
So if Mike Tyson walks in here and tells you he's going to teach you how to box and says you can't fight, you're a pussy, if that upsets you, then you can't learn, right? It's Mike Tyson. Just shut up and listen. If someone richer than me comes along and says, Andrew, you don't know shit, you're a dumbass and you're a brokey, I'm going to sit there and go, okay, maybe I am a brokey, Elon. Right? I'll listen, but if you're going to sit there and go, don't call me names and not listen, you're never going to get anywhere, right? You don't become the master unless you're very, very good at being a student. And I've always been very, very good at knowing when to shut up. I'm still a student of life, right? Nobody knows everything. And there's still a lot of people who I respect and will always respect and always am quiet around and treat with that absolute respect. And life really doesn't have to be that complicated. When you see somebody that has something you want, you just got to try and work out how they got it.
I truthfully believe that the universe is a very giving place, and that if you actually really want something, you can have it. So the number one factor that's going to decide how successful you are as a person is your ability to absorb stress, your stress level. The better you are at dealing with stress, the more problems you can fix, the more money you're going to make. So you have to decide where on that scale, because you could just be homeless and have no stress. You could be a brokey and be on the dole and just, I'm broke, but nothing really troubles me. So you have to decide on that level where you want, how much stress you can possibly absorb as a man. And then if you truly want that level, you're going to get it. I believe any man can make anything they want, depending. Everywhere on the planet, there are jail men. Right now, wherever you are sitting, probably less than half an hour's drive away, there are men stuck in rooms. And you live your whole life going places, talking to people, experiencing different things, and the jail men just sit. And I was a jail man. I believe when something painful happens in your life, you should revisit it. I believe in picking at cuts. If something ever damages me, I want to do it again. Something ever hurts me, I want to revisit it over and over and over until the sting eventually subsides. I can't just see people near me being all or crying or sad or whatever. You're allowed to feel sad. Of course, your girl left you, you lost your job, you're allowed to feel sad. That's fine. You feel sad. You feel sad right now? Good, great. Sit the booze. Shut the fuck up. What do you want? Therapy? Bro, I got a hangover. You want therapy? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like, why are you even saying it out loud? Why are you believing in it? Yeah. Why are you making it real? We all feel like trash. It's a reality you have to create. And when you get your shit straight, it affects your entire life. And men understand this. They say, I understand you're the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Then why are you friends with all these fucking nobodies? Why are you friends with these losers? Then you're accepting what you're gonna be. I love winners. Show me a winner. I love winners all day long, my friend. I don't want to be friends with anybody else. I don't see the advantage to it. And that's how I've always created my life, and it's served me very, very well. And I refuse to accept anything else because negative energy is extremely sticky. If you have friends who are talking negative shit, try and fix them. But if they're sticking to their negative narrative, you don't have a responsibility to them to a degree to sit there and allow them to pollute your life. Because that's what they're gonna do. I believe that men have the divine imperative to become as capable, powerful, and competent as possible in this life. I reserve my human right to hold my own beliefs and practice them as I see fit and allow other people the same right to believe and act as they wish. I believe men have the sacred duty to protect and provide for the important people in their lives. Each day, I dedicate myself anew to create the greatest possible positive impact on the world and do the work necessary to achieve a greater masculine excellence across all realms of human endeavor.